the Vinny Rock Podcast.
What's more than this? I did it my way.
Why wait? Let's get recording. So you guys, I'm going to be recording the Vinny Rock Podcast right now. Actually, I haven't been on the Vinny Rock Podcast for a while now. I am now streaming live on Twitch or Switch or Twitched. I don't know. I'm still learning what the hell this whole system is about. But you guys are watching it now live, and eventually I'll be able to set it up where I'll have some guests on here and everything else. I've currently set it up in my house. We're in a small little room in the basement, and this is now my office for now. So I haven't done a podcast in probably over 6 months, 5 months or so because of the Mayans MC. Also, I was in Los Angeles. I recorded my last one was with Jack Murillo, an awesome Marine veteran who is acting as well. I got these guys over here on Twitch watching and commenting. I am live chatting with these dudes and trying not to fuck this all up. What's up? If you guys have never listened to my podcast before, it's the Vinny Rock Podcast. You guys can check it out on iTunes. I think I have about 38 different podcasts. Some are funny, some are serious. Some are some pretty badass interviews. Hands down, one of my favorite podcasts. If you guys have not checked out yet, you got to go check out Kurt with his crazy story. It's about a gentleman out here in Salt Lake City area who robbed a bank, and he tells everything about it, how he robbed the bank, what he did, and how he got caught. The year that he was on the run, he actually was living a double life. So it's pretty interesting, pretty cool shit. Yeah. So since we've last talked, let's see, I was in Los Angeles. We were filming the Mayans, and it's funny, you can never anticipate what filming a TV show is going to be like. You don't know if it's going to be a hit. You don't know if it's going to do well. I've had a lot of people hit me up and ask me, has my life changed? Fuck no. Nothing's changed. I still got bills. I got a few more Twitter followers because that seems to be what Hollywood uses for social media a lot. So my Twitter's jumped up a gang. I wish I had the money of the followers that came in from the show, because I have now like 13,000 followers. Pretty sweet. But either way, you know, we watch the show. I get entertained every time I get to watch it because I've never seen the show. I've actually am watching it for the first time every Tuesday with everyone else. So I'm just as much of a fan of the show as anyone else. And so it's I don't know. I'm not too excited yet. I love the show. The show, as a fan, sitting back, not an actor on the show, I love the show because it's fun, it's cool, it's Kurt Sutter and Elgin James kind of mindset. So if you like Sons of Anarchy, you're going to love Mayans MC. But as a person who's acting on it, I sometimes don't even acknowledge that I'm even on it. I kind of forget I'm enjoying the show. Do I want to do more? Hell yeah, I think I want to do a lot more in the acting world. I just got to figure out where that fits in my busy schedule. If you guys know, I've also been working on another show, can't talk about yet, and hopefully that's coming down to the pipeline where I am going to be able to talk about it here soon. So that's exciting, but it's not exciting because you never know how well that's going to do. I guess it's more stress. I want to make sure that if I put out content, it's going to be good. It's going to be honest. It's going to be real. It's going to be fun. One of the things on the list, but you just never know until the world sees it. You know, there's some critics that don't like Mayans. There's some people that love Mayans. This other show that I'm working on, I'm sure there's going to be people that hate it. There's going to be people that love it. So I just need to make sure that the people that love it overbalance or counterbalance the ones that hate it, and we got a season 2, and that's really what I'm looking forward towards. I've been writing a book for the past 6 months 5 months while I was in California. I'm still working on it now. We do have it on pre-order. You can check it out on Amazon. It's called Light the Fuse. It's on Amazon pre-order for paperback, or you can get a digital copy as well. Buy both. That'd be fucking rad. Either way, I was able to sit down and kind of, I've been wanting to write a book for a long fucking time. And so what I did was like, what kind of book do I want to write? I have an idea for a leadership book. I don't think it's time to write a leadership book, right? I think I need to be a little bit more well-known for people to respect my leadership capabilities, for them to even want to buy a leadership book. So then I felt like it was a waste. I thought about doing a parenting book, but again, you never know if you're doing a good job with your kids until they fucking grow up. So I thought maybe it was too soon for that. I'm not going to do an autobiography because honestly I just got started. So why would I tell that story when I feel like I have another 10 solid years of cool storytelling before I even get to that point. So I thought I'd write a self-help book. And the reason why I thought a self-help book would make sense is because I have been through a lot in my life. So a lot of good, a lot of bad, but I've been through a lot of experiences. And I seem to have been the guy in the past 5 to 10 years of my life that people come to me for the questions. People come to me to ask, like, hey, man, what do you think? And I guess because I've lived a life with a lot of experiences, I'm able to give you, in my best perspective, what would be good advice. Because either it's divorce, or it's financial, or it's kids, or it's sports, or it's health, or it's fitness, or it's military, whatever the hell it is, you know, I've definitely have an answer, in my opinion, on what I've done and what helped me, or what decisions I made that actually fucking hurt me. So that's really what the book's about. It's a self-help book based on a lot of experiences of my life, and the story will give some personal stories, some pretty cool stories, some heartfelt stories, and all of the above of just the way I am. You know how it is. So if you like my content, if you like what I produce, whether it's a podcast, whether it's my blogs, whether it's just my social media alone, I think you'll enjoy the honest feedback from this book. And so I recommend you guys go and check it out. Pre-order now. You know the deal. The more books we sell, the better. I already have the leadership book kind of lined up behind it, hopefully in the next year after that. So, again, we'll see how it is. I wish the audio book I can do, but I got to finish editing this first, and then I'm going to have to jump into a sound. The guys on Twitch right now are asking if there's going to be an audio book. Sorry, guys. I forget. I'm trying to figure this fucking thing out, going back and forth. But, I'm going to try and do an audiobook. I just don't know if I'm going to have enough time to get it out that's the same week of the first release. It releases October 24th if everything goes as planned. So I'm definitely going to try and knock out an audiobook before then. I know I could find the time. I just got to find the place to do it. And so that would be the next mission. So first, we're getting through the edits. I'm talking to someone super, super important to write the forward. And it was hard for me to ask this person because I really don't like to ask for help from really anyone. I think this is the first project in a long time I've asked people to share it and support it. Share the link, dude, if you don't mind posting it. You know, I fucking hate selling myself like that, but at the same time, I really think that I put a lot of heart and soul into this book that will help a lot of people. And if I can help more people, well, then to me, it makes sense to fucking get it out there to the world. But I wanted one person specific to write the forward. And I can't say the name yet because if he says no, I completely understand. I respect that, and I'll just continue to fucking walk away and find someone else to write that forward. I also don't want to tell someone that they're the second option for a forward because I feel bad. I might be writing my own fucking forward, honestly. Who the fuck knows? But as of now, I did send off the email today to the gentleman I highly respect to write the forward, and we'll see if he does it. Fingers crossed, everyone. The reason I chose this gentleman is because he's just kind of in the same space, but he has a very similar mindset. He's very professional, very stern, very cool. You guys could throw out all the names you want if you want to try and guess. And if you do guess, I'll send you a free shirt, I'll tell you that much. You guys on Twitch that are watching right now. But everyone else that is listening on the podcast, that's it, man. I've been writing this book. That's the goal right now is now that I'm home, I got the balance with the family, I can get the barbershop nice and controlled and organized so that it's kind of on autopilot. You guys know I did opened up a barbershop in Salt Lake City. It's a very fucking dope-ass motherfucking deal. It's an old school shave place, and it's good, man. It's good. I'll tell you what. The reason why I did a barbershop, I used to go to the same barber from when I was 5 to about 19. And it was the same thing. It was the gentleman, they walk in. My dad took me and my brother. We walk in. It was the same dudes. The guy that cut my hair for almost 20 years or 15 years or so was, his name was Rudy. I actually thought he was my uncle. We've been going to him for so fucking long. I thought it was my uncle. This guy would cut my hair and then send me on my way. But as we got older, he knew who I was. He knew my life story. And you can't find that anymore in barbershops these days. For some reason, it got lost. You got your smart cuts and your sports cuts, and you go in there, they cut your fucking hair, and you send your way out. I don't like that shit. And so what I wanted to create is community around cutting hair again. You know, the whole old school barber, straight razor, hot towel, and maybe even a fucking nice scotch on the rocks as you wait. That's the kind of feel that we were trying to create with Throwbacks Barber Company. Right now, currently, it is doing good. I can't say it's doing great. We still need to generate, it needs to be a place where everyone goes to for it to be going great. We have 3 barbers currently. I would love to get to the point where we have 6 solid barbers that just love and just want to cut hair passionately. When we get to that point, I'll be very happy with it, and we can start talking about opening up a second one somewhere else. So that's really the deal. Not Kurt Sutter, not Clayton. If you say the name, I am not going to say it out loud. But understand, I'm going to give you a hint, though. I'm going to give you a hint because I want you guys to win a shirt. I got a shirt on my website right now, the Vinny Rock, VinnyRock.com, the shop. If you go to the shop at VinnyRock.com, we have a shirt right now that says Taco Hunter, and I know a lot of people like that shirt. So I will send that shirt to you if you can get it. This is an individual who is they're guessing on Twitch right now, so bear with me. The guy who wrote the forward is an individual in the veteran space who talks about finding success. Finding success. Think about this. You have to understand, it's going to be someone probably you don't expect. How about that? Because everyone's going to say, Matt Best, Jared Taylor, Ross Patterson. No, it's going to be someone you don't expect. Someone I don't run in the crowd with, but I've been watching, and I think he's fucking incredible. Think about that. Yeah, dude, so the barbershop right now is going good. The reason why we did the barbershop is the caveat to Beard.com, because you also know that I own Beard.com. Beard.com is doing everything it can to just sustain itself and continue to grow as a company. We have some Twitch affiliates that are probably going to jump on board here soon and, working together and growing a cool brand. But Beard.com and Throwback Barber Company kind of go hand in hand, and so we're working on a few other cool things with that project as well. So that's what I'm doing. I'm home. I'm now going to have the podcast back up and running. I'm hoping if the merch store does well, all that money is going to go right back into the podcast, and I'm going to get a location where I can do this podcast more often in a nice professional location. I already have some friends I want to invite in here. There's a lot of good MMA fighters in the world here in Salt Lake City, from Josh Tyler to DeMarcus Johnson to freaking even MMA enthusiasts like Johnny Ritchie from Rockwell. These guys all love MMA, and so it'd be fun to have some MMA talks, some maybe picks before the fights, and a few other big things. I don't know, so it should be fun. I got my boy Travis. Travis is one of the most knowledgeable MMA fans I know, and so it's always fun to talk with him about MMA. So I will be doing some kind of MMA pre-show and giving you my picks of who I believe is going to win. If you guys pick better than me, then again, I'll send you a free shirt. We'll be doing all this stuff here soon once I get this thing up and running. Yes. That's it, man. We're doing it good. It's not Gary Vee. Actually, I did message Gary Vee just by chance. Gary Vee is not the guy who's going to write the forward. I did message Gary Vee because I think he's cool, man. I like what he says. So yeah, I did try and get Gary Vee, but it was more of a fucking joke. I just shot him a tweet or twits, whatever the fuck. Yeah. So I'm not sure exactly which topic I want to talk about. I really just wanted to kind of catch up with you guys, give you guys all the information what's going on in my life. My daughter went to homecoming for the first time. I actually have I'm going to post this video on the Vinny Rock podcast Instagram when this episode comes out. It's funny. I do have it. So a kid came to the house to invite my daughter to homecoming. And normally I would fucking say, no, this is bullshit. But she's obviously growing. She's getting to the point where you have to kind of accept the fact that your fucking daughter is becoming a woman. And I feel personally, if I don't allow her to just experience life, she's going to go and do it either way and without my permission. So since she did ask, and I told her, have this gentleman come to the house so I can talk to him, and we can do this the right way. Once that all went down, I started feeling a lot more comfortable about the situation. Not Gary Sinise, not Chuck Norris. Keep guessing. And so this kid, he was so embarrassed. He goes and brings these flowers. He brings this big old thing of balloons. He brings a sign that says, "Are you up for going to homecoming with me. And she says the up because in Utah we have the up house here. It's very popular. And so he didn't knock on the door. He just left his shit on the floor and he ran. But I have these cameras that tell me when someone's activated, when it's activated at the door. And I got a video of this kid just running and sprinting off to the side. It was super funny. Like he's sneaking away like a little ninja and he runs off. And it was fucking hilarious. And I told my daughter, I said, tell that kid to come over here and ask me if he really wants you to go. Because if he doesn't ask me, there's no way you're going. So the next day, he actually said for sure, definitely, his parents dropped him off the house, which, again, all surprised me. This is all new to me. I'm learning what the hell goes on in this city. But very, very respectful kid. Obviously, you can tell he was raised right. He came to the house. He shook my hand. He introduced himself. I said, look, here's what I'm looking. And you guys want to know exactly what I said to him. This is complete honest. Like, completely honest, not exaggerating. I wasn't a dick like most people thought. Not Nick. I love Nick, but not Nick. Nick's writing his own transition book, so I thought it'd be kind of weird. I didn't want to step on toes. Not Dale Die. So this kid sat there and took it. And I just said, listen, man, this is my daughter. And obviously as a father of a 16-year-old daughter, I have my concerns. And I expect things to go a certain way. I want to have your number. I expect her home at a decent hour. And we talked about what hour that was. It was 10:30. I wanted to know that what their plan was. He actually had his plan set. He said, we're going to be going here at 4:30 to take pictures. At 5:30, we have a dinner reservation. Don't worry, I'm going to be paying for it, sir. And at 6:30, we're going to be headed to the dance. And then by 10:30, my parents are going to pick us up and drop her off right back at the house. Boom! I was like, this fucking kid gets it. Because that right there is like, for me, as a father, I know this kid has at least the respect enough to figure out the scheduling and tell me the dad. Then the parents sent me a full itinerary of what the plan was for the night, and that alone that made me comfortable with letting my daughter go to homecoming. So it was an interesting thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Was I uncomfortable? Yes. I also didn't go with the dress thing. I didn't go do the nails thing. My wife took care of all that. Chrissy, she took her. They had a nice daughter-mother kind of few days of getting prepared for. I think my wife was super excited about having her daughter go to a dance and stuff like that. So for me, I was like, all right, whatever. As long as the kid was respectful, I had no issues. So I know people think that I was going to be cleaning my guns, and I was going to tell. I did at one point say, do you know what I do for a living? And he goes, no. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he said, I heard you were an actor. I was like, yeah, that's true. You know what I did before that? He goes, no. And I said, I used to go to war and shoot people in the face. I did say that at one point, but it was more of a joke. It was more of a joke because I wanted to get a smile out of him, and my wife smacked me and said enough. And so I went back to being the normal person. But again, I was just fucking with the kid. It's all jokes. Not Clint Eastwood, not Jack Mandeville, not George Bush. Nice try. Keep them coming. Think of someone serious. Not Adam Driver. Adam Driver would have been sweet. Think of somebody in the veteran space who speaks publicly about transitioning and speaks publicly about owning your shit. That's who I'm trying. But don't say it. But yeah, that's it, man. I just want to catch you guys up on the podcast. I'm hopefully going to be doing these weekly. Again, you guys know my sponsors. Besides companies I own, obviously I'm going to name them. The companies I own, obviously, is Warfighter's Tobacco, Leadslingers Whiskey, Beard.com. Besides those three, okay, I have True North Motor Company, and that one we're actually kind of going to do some cool stuff here soon, finally. So those are the four companies that I do own. Besides those four, the only other sponsorship that I have is Willie Peach Chocolate. And Willie Peach Chocolate, me and him are working on a hot sauce that's fucking amazing. I've had some test runs of it at the house. I can't keep enough of it in the fridge. So that, to me, is an exciting thing. Hopefully I can get those sold at the barbershop as well. But those are the companies that I'll be promoting and sponsoring for this podcast. I don't need to bring on any other sponsors anymore. If someone is interested, you can hit me up. But I'm interested in just pimping my own shit, man. I just want to sit here and talk. I don't really need to. You guys know what I own. You know the companies I have. On Twitch, I have these little things that's supposed to pop up and show you my companies. I don't know how to fucking work that shit yet. Not Omar, not Dakota. Those are good guesses. Marcus Trail. Damn, you guys are close. Hey, Robin, you get yourself a shirt. Hey, go ahead and hit me a DM on Instagram or Facebook. I'm not even going to mention the name out loud on the podcast because we just do not know if he's going to say yes or not. But you guys got it. That's it. Yeah. you guys can go check out. We got a lot of merch that's starting to go up on the shop now at vinnyrock.com. You go to shop and you'll see all the merchandise. Those are my shirts. All those shirts just going to go towards the podcast funds. All the money in the podcast. Some of it's going to go to Hero Sports Utah. We're growing the nonprofit out here now in Utah, Sports for Veterans. We have about 500 in the bank right now. We're about to start buying uniforms and everything and get guys set up in sports. All the money from like I said, vinnyrock.com. vinnyrock.com. That whole shop goes to improving this fucking show. From cameras to speakers to bringing in better guests to eventually I'll be able to pay for a guest to fly in, get a hotel, get a room, all that shit, just so I can have more interesting people here on the show and enjoy it with me. This is going to be a short podcast because I got shit to do today. I'm about to jump on Drinking Bros podcast, and then I also have another call at 12, and then I have an AT&T date because they keep screwing up my bill. But that's it. I love you guys. Talk to y'all later.
I did it.